Hey, the old car dog back with you. The guys at Lot Damage set me up with some kind of a deal, Facebook message, something or other. Anyway, so I'm taking your questions now and giving video answers for it. Because, you know, when all else fails, people come to the car dog for results. So here I am. Our first question comes from Ronald Jennings in Bug Tussle, Arkansas, of all places, if you can imagine. So, hey to Ron, thanks for the question. And what Ron wants to know is, when is it the right time to make a turn, and how do you properly make and take a turn? So, I'm actually going to answer his questions out of order. I'm going to get the last one first. How do you take a turn? Well, Ron, what I can tell you is I don't take turns, and there's a reason for it. You know, the old saying, time is money, right? Well, taking turns is a waste of your time, so you're wasting your money. Because if it comes from somebody who's been at your store for a while or been selling cars for a while, guess what? There's nothing there. Why are they turning? They've been selling cars for a while. Why are they turning? Well, it's because there's nothing there. Or there's too many obstacles to overcome. So my suggestion is run and scream. Well, at least run. Run away. You can fake an emergency trip to the bathroom, something. Just get away from them. Don't take turns. And if it's a green pea that's turning to you, well, they've probably already worn the customer out and filled them with enough nonsense that you're never going to undo the damage they've done. Even as good as I am, you know, as long as I've been doing this, man, there's just some stuff. Green peas just destroy car deals. And, then they want to turn it to you. Here, make some chicken salad out of this chicken. You know what? Sorry, you know what? I'm going to move on to other opportunities, but thanks, green pea. So no, don't take turns. Making turns though, now you're right in my wheelhouse, because making turns, there's a lot of reasons to make them, and a couple different ways to turn somebody, a customer. So first thing is, you want to turn a customer if you're hungry. You need to get food. So you turn a customer and then you go get something to eat. That's a good time to turn, because, you know, if your stomach starts growling on a test drive or something, the customer can be like, maybe this is a bad time. And you don't want the customer to feel awkward or anything. Plus, you're hungry. I mean, you're not going to be thinking about selling the car. You're thinking about, hitting the drive-through, superside, #1 McValue. So, yeah, shot shit. So that's one reason to turn. Another reason to turn is maybe, you're not feeling real good that day, or your head's just not in the game. So you go out and you do a quick hello T.O. Okay? Handshake, turnover, whatever you want to call it. Just a quick hi and turn. Because your head's not in the game, you're probably not going to be, on top of things. So you go out, you be aggressive, you greet the customer, and then, a few seconds later, you just say, hey, folks, you know what? I got a great idea. You run inside and you grab somebody else on the crew, and you flip them to them. Let them take it. They're going to do all the work. They're going to do, they're locked up for the next 3.5, 4 hours, and you're getting a half a car deal for shaking somebody's hand. Nothing wrong with that. That's one of the beautiful things about our business, isn't it? So there's a couple reasons. Other reasons to turn. Maybe the customer has found out that some of the stuff you told them earlier wasn't necessarily true. So you got to be real careful with that nowadays, because they got iPhones, and they can look stuff up real quick and easy. So you just can't tell anybody, yeah, this car's got 500 horsepower and gets 100 miles to the gallon, and get away with it like I used to. So you got to be careful, and know when to turn them. And if they start catching on to your line, you better flip them quick. So another reason to turn customers, and there's a lot of them. I mean, I can't cover them all, but another reason to turn a customer, you find out their credit's really bad, and you don't want to spend all day with that person, hanging out with a deal and checkout, and your boss won't let you go get another up because you gotta love the one you're with. You gotta stay with that customer, and so there you are, stuck with Gary Get Me Done. Carl Credit Bandit, and hanging out with them and talking about working at a bait shop or whatever they do, and yeah, it's just not cool. So you get a pretty strong inkling that the credit's really bad. Those are good ones to turn your green peas. They need to learn the lesson. So, but anyway, turn them. Yeah, flip them real quick, and then the other side to that is if you get a real hard grinder on you, this person's just gonna grind down on you and beat every last semblance of gross profit out of the car deal. Why should you spend all your time working for that many, right? Flip it to another guy, let them take it. You'll get a half a deal. The sooner you figure it out, the better. Flip them and let somebody else do that. Those are marathon deals usually. And the cool thing about that is if it's a new car, the guy you flipped it to is going to get that survey, that customer satisfaction survey, and those people are never satisfied. So, you're killing a couple birds with one turn of the stone, so to speak. Break that down. So, there's a lot of reasons. I mean, you can come up with a bunch more reasons to turn. But what I would tell you is, it's how you present the turn to your coworker that's really most important. I mean, you leave the customer, you just tell the customer, hey, you know what, I got a great idea for you. Give me just a second here. And then you go inside. You want to get somebody, and so you got to set it up right, because if you tell them all the negatives, then they ain't going to want to take the turn. So, you got to set it up right. Be like, oh, dude, this guy just won the lottery, and I just can't land him on a car. Or, another one of those, I just need your help working this deal. I ate some bad tacos last night. Oh man, I can't even talk about it, man. I gotta go. Whatever it takes, you just make that turn, and I gotta run home. My wife's locked out of the house, or my kid, or whatever. You can come up with a million reasons to make a turn. Just flip them to your friend or co-workers, because they ain't really your friends, are they? But anyway, they can be a friend helping you make money. So those are some good times to turn, to make the turn. And again, how you make the turn, you got to set it up right so they'll take it, and never take turns. Okay? I know there's some of you watching out there who are thinking, well, he's telling everybody not to take turns. Who am I going to turn to? Don't worry. There's always enough of them out there. And there's plenty of green peas heading your way. So you'll always have somebody to turn to. And thanks again for the question there, Ron from Bug Tussle, Arkansas. Hey, I'd appreciate if you guys sent me in some questions. You got anything else you want to know from the old car dog? You got questions? Usually got some kind of answer. If not, I'll make it up for you. I've been doing that for a long time. Go out there and sell something, you guys, and just remember this. Put the old car dog on the back half, okay? You owe me.